I put in $50, $60 weeks just because you see me doing this right now. I'm trying to provide for my family, take care of my family. Else you can
You're not providing for it. I am. The government is.
Nah.
They take it out of my check. Well, they don't.
Okay. Then contact your local senators and congressmen and issue a complaint. Vote Republican. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, trust me. I am not a bleeding heart. That ain't ever gonna happen.
I don't care about you, lady. Just shut the up.
I don't have to. It's a free country, remember?
All right, Jonathan, this food fight, this is what says a lot about where America is right now in the election, doesn't it?
Well, Eric, I mean, this would infuriate me as well. I'm proud of this woman. This is the producers and the looters. And you know what? She's absolutely right. You have every right to keep every cent of your money. It's not government's decision to redistribute as it sees fit to pick winners and losers. I wish the Republicans and I wish Trump was consistent on this one. I mean, you know, I hate having my wealth redistributed for special political favors, but Trump got, for example, tax abatements for his real estate projects.
How do you bring it back to Trump?
I had to cover that.
You bring it right back to Trump.
You mentioned the election.
This is
you mentioned the election. Right, well, you mentioned the election. Okay. So is Trump going to be against these types of issues? I hope so.
I meant the anger. The American public is angry, and this may be why.
I'm angry. So let's stop the ethanol subsidies. We're angry.
Agreed on both of those. Now, Juan, this guy had me at the beginning when he said I'm working 50, 60 hours a week.
So.
But then the end, with the attitude change, vote Republican, and I don't give a blank about you, lady. That bothers me a little bit because you know what? There are people who are working really hard and a lot of money that gets taken out of their check for taxes, and that money does sometimes go to people who I don't know. It doesn't make you happy when they're taking money out of your check.
Hey, look, you know, here at Cashin In, we've done this guy, the surfer dude out in California, who was living on. This guy is hard working, 50 to 60 hours a week. So I guess that you guys want to raise the minimum wage so that he can, you know, in 50 or 60 hours, earn enough money to support his family. Remember, we're not talking about food stamps here. We're talking about assistance for women and children of family. Now, if you think that that's giving money to undeserving souls, I disagree.
It's part of the same program. It's still a food assistance program.
Yeah, it's food assistance.
It's WIC. It's women
not
and children.
food stamps.
Well, it's basically it's the same program. It's just specified for women, infants, and children.
So they're not deserving? That's my point.
No, but it's still a food stamp program. Morgan, jump in here.
A child in America. We don't want them starving.
No one wants a starving child. Absolutely not. I agree. Morgan?
You know, Eric, I agree with Jonathan on economic principles in how the country, you know, should be ran. However, when it comes to this particular instance, I'm from the South, and I think I'm just old school. The fact that the two of them were fighting and putting the F-bomb out there in front of a child really bothered me. And I thought, why in God's name would they sit there and argue with each other, throw the F-bomb around at a grocery store? Who behaves that way? So I think they were both acting like children. You can believe and have very strong beliefs, as Jonathan and I both do, on economic policies, but what happened to civil discourse in this country? What happened to being respectful and compassionate to each other? And I don't know, maybe it's from I'm the South, but you shouldn't curse in front of children.
We agree with you. I think a lot of people agree, most people agree with you. Go ahead, Gina, your thoughts on this. Remember, this is a tough one. The guy says he works 50 or 60 hours a week, needs a little help, but then turns it and says, go vote Republican, F-bomb, F-bomb.
Yeah, I thought that the whole conversation, to Morgan's point, could have definitely been had a lot more diplomacy and been more effective. I think civil discourse has to be the name of the game these days, and we've sort of lost that as a culture, and I think it's sad. But to this woman's point, you know, I call this plantation politics, Eric, because this is the kind of program that is outside the purview and scope that government was ever intended to be. This guy should be getting help from a church or a charity or his family or his friends or his neighbors, not from government, because government then uses those handouts to enslave people, just as this woman, the point that she was trying to make, which could have absolutely been made more effectively had she been a little more diplomatic.
All right. They could have both been more diplomatic. We'll leave it right there. Insensitive to the